Welcome to our Tour of Asia, a video dedicated to Asian Heritage Month. Brought to you by the Medford High School Asian Club. And big ups to the Asian Club members for coming together to create this incredible video, and we hope that you all enjoy our tour of Asia. Starting off with Asian food.
Food has always been an important aspect of Asian culture. It brings families and friends together to cherish memories and to be thankful for what they eat. Food has been diffused all around the world, which makes it unique and special in all of Asia. As the modern Asian American population continues to develop and evolve, we are also witnessing a fascinating transformation of Asian ethnic cuisine as it blends traditional and contemporary aspects into a uniquely Asian American creation. Here's a look of some of the food and cuisines that you can find today.
Eastern Asia is the most populated region of Asia, which is why it has so many different regional foods. For example, China has dim sum, which is a type of restaurant in which a wide range of small dishes are served. Japan has sushi. Sushi is a popular Japanese food with rice and other ingredients, usually raw seafood and vegetables. In Thailand, green curry is a popular dish, and although it is based on coconut milk and green chilies, it has no fixed recipe. Malaysia has a special chicken satay recipe called satay ayam, which is marinated in spices and served with a peanut sauce. Pho is a Vietnamese dish so popular that it is considered Vietnam's national dish. It consists of broth, rice noodles, herbs, and meat. Even though there are many regional specialties, there are a few staple foods used in all of these regions, like rice, noodles, seafood, and bok choy.
East Asia isn't the only region that has these incredible foods and cuisines. Let's look at Central and West Asia. First, we have halim. This is a popular stew in the Middle East, South, and Central Asia. Within the stew, it typically contains any type of meat, wheat, and lentils. Now we have the sweet dessert which originated in the Middle East called baklava. There are three basic ingredients: phyllo dough, any sort of nut, and honey or any sweet substance. And finally, we have the traditional Yemen dish called mandi. Mandi is a delicious combination of rice, chicken, and a mixture of dried spices.
These are only some of the foods that you can find in Asia today. Food has always been an important part of Asian culture, allowing for whimsical memories and wonderful parties. Although these foods do not capture all of Asia, we hope you are interested enough to give it a try.
Now on to traditional Asian clothing. Traditional and historical clothing in Asia is extremely diverse and unique depending on the region or country where the clothing originated. Regardless of the country where the clothing is from, each type of clothing has its own rich culture and background. In this part, we'll be going over some of the traditional clothing from China, India, Russia, Vietnam, and Japan. Each of these countries being examples from different regions of the large continent of Asia. Starting off with China. Typically adopting a straight cut and loose-fitting shape while also having brighter colors, some examples of traditional Chinese clothing are, I will be pronouncing the Cantonese names, Huanfuk, Zhongshanzhuang, Tongzhuang, and Keipo, with the Huanfuk being the oldest and dating back to over 4,000 years ago, and the other clothes being prominent during the 16th and or 19th century.
In India, women wear different clothing based on their location. In North and East India, women wear saris and choli tops, or long skirts called lehenga. In the South, women still wear saris, but the children wear patu langa, and in Western India, they wear a combination of all of them. The men in India all seem to wear the same thing: akan, bangala, lungi, jama, and dhoti. All the clothing in India are made of silk and smooth materials. Contrary to popular belief, Russia is considered to be an Asian country as well as European. There are two main types of Russian traditional clothing. These two types are sarafan and poneva. These are long dresses made out of cotton, and sometimes on special occasions the clothing can be woven out of silk.
The national traditional dress in Vietnam is called áo dài, a silk tunic with pants worn by women and men. Áo dài are worn for special occasions including Tết, the Lunar New Year celebration. The áo dài features a long silk tunic with slits on the sides that is worn over pants and often includes a matching fabric headpiece. Áo dài is not only a costume, but a glorious culture in Vietnam, carry about outlook in the life of Vietnamese people, and an expression of identity and spirit of Vietnam.
And lastly, Japan. In Japan, kimono is a very widely recognized traditional dress in Japan. There are various types of kimono that are worn by both men and women, with slight differences between both genders. To wear with kimono, obi are colorful traditional sashes that are worn on the torso, traditionally made with straw, wood or rice. Zori are flat sandals. Only worn by men, haori are more resemblant of a jacket than kimono. For children, their types of kimono are heifu and jinbei.
Traditional clothing in Asia is very diverse and unique. No matter which Asian country the traditional clothing originated from, each one has an incredible amount of history and culture behind it.
Now on to traditional Asian music.
Music is a powerful way to connect everyone from everywhere around the world. We hope you will gain knowledge about some of the Asian countries' music.
First off is Indonesia.
Indonesia has different genres of music. There's folk music, pop, rock, etc. Some popular singers are Raisa, Tillis, and Melly Goslah. There are also different types of instruments like the tampon, sling, and sasanto. Some traditional Indonesian music genres would be selendro and pelong. A traditional Indonesian song is Halo Halo Bandung.
Japanese music is the combination of vocal and instrumental sounds. Some Japanese instruments are the koto, biwa, taiko, sanshin, and etc. Some famous singers are Hikaru Utada, Nami Amaru, Ringo Shina, and many more. A type of Japanese music is J-pop. J-pop is an abbreviation of Japanese pop and it is pretty well known. Its history can be traced back to even the pre-war era of Japan. Japanese traditional folk songs are very popular as well. One folk song is called Soren Bushi by Hokkaido.
Some traditional instruments that are well known are kayagum, haegum, tanso, and chango. Famous artists are BTS, Songso-i, Songgain, and NCT. Some of the music styles for Korean folk music or minyo are varied and complex, but all forms maintain sets of rhythms. As a music genre, there is K-pop. A type of music from Korea is Korean court music. It originated in the beginning of the Joseon dynasty in the year of 1392. Now it is rare, but there is a government-sponsored organization, and one of them is a National Center for Korean Traditional Music Performing Arts.
Lebanon is a country with a diverse taste in music. A lot of their tunes have been popularized by local folk music, which emerged in the 1950s and 60s. Lebanese music is mixed with Western and Oriental music styles and with instruments like the lute and mijwiz. Now, Lebanese people have expanded their music taste into other countries, and a lot of people listen to genres like Arabic pop, rock, heavy metal, hard rock, and more.
Indian music originated in North India around the 13th and 14th centuries. It is a combination of various string and wind instruments, as well as several other drums and cymbals. Indian music is one of the oldest musical traditions in the world. It is also important to see that there are two different types of Indian traditions, such as Hindustani and Carnatic. Some popular Indian instruments would be the sitar and sarangi. Some famous singers would be Arijit Singh, Sonu Nigam, and Atif Aslam. And last but not least, some popular songs would be Tum Hi Ho, Kapal Jo Bandal Bars, I Kabira Muskani.
On to Asian holidays.
Holidays are a single day in a year in which a certain nation or even nations celebrates and recognizes something significant from their culture or even their history. Although holidays are known as a day where kids have a school day off or adults do not work, any countries and nations can be recognized by the holidays that they celebrate. Holidays are when the people can gather and come together to appreciate a piece of their culture and history. A holiday can also simply be a tradition where everyone comes together as one and appreciates one another. The best holidays are the one where we seek remembrance of our unique history, embrace what makes our culture special and different from other countries, and especially when everyone has a great time doing just that. Here are a few notable Asian holidays that we would like you to learn about.
Diwali, also known as the Festival of Lights, is celebrated in places with large Indian populations such as India, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, and Nepal to honor the marriage between Lakshmi and Vishnu. It is a 5-day celebration against evil and ignorance that usually takes place in mid-October or mid-November. Expect to see people wearing new clothes, hanging out with family and friends, and lots of foods and sweets. Offerings are made to Lakshmi for future prosperity, and temples are flooded with people attending rituals. As the name implies, there are a lot of lights from lanterns, string lights, and diyas. Diyas, oil lamps that are lit for Diwali, flow down rivers when they're set. The people hang lights all around their homes, illuminating everything around them. Light shows and fireworks are on full display on the third day, the peak of the festival.
Songkran is a water festival in Thailand where you can expect to be doused in water. This holiday is meant to clean people from impurities such as bad thoughts so that they can all start fresh. Buddha statues are washed using flowers and water, and houses are cleaned. Expect to be soaked in areas like the Chiang Mai, where a lot of people celebrate, as this festival is like a huge water fight. The date is the 13th of April and ends on the 15th, which is Thailand's hottest month, so being splashed may not be a bad thing. Chinese New Year is a Chinese festival that happens annually and lasts for about 15 days. Chinese New Year starts during the occurrence of the new moon, which occurs sometime between late January and the end of February. It ends with the Festival of Lights during the full moon. During this period, many families and households perform many traditions that are meant to bring them good luck. These traditions include families gathering together to eat, wearing red attire, giving red envelopes to little children, and watching a lion dance. On the 15th and final day, the festival ends with the Festival of Lights.
Now, the geography of Asia.
Now onto geography of Asia. North Asia consists of many geographical features which are mainly located in Russia. These features include steppes, taigas, deserts, tundras, mountains, and marshes. A large mountain range located in Russia is the Ural Mountains. The weather in Russia is cold and harsh, and summers are only brief. A famous landmark here is the Winter Palace. Now onto East Asia.
East and Southeast Asia are known for its wonderful attractions for tourists. As we go through, there are temples and wildlife to be seen for days, mountains and bridges to walk on top of and over to hike on, and we have temples and valleys and mountains that we can walk through to see graceful nature itself. There are even many beaches to go through to have fun in the sand and enjoy the great sunlight. And with those, we even have cities where we have diversified culture within each country itself, and with each culture we have many products and you can buy anything you pretty much want. Now we move on to South Asia.
There are 8 countries located in South Asia, which are Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, the Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. In South Asia, there are a variety of land features, such as the Himalaya mountain range, where Nepal and Bhutan are located. There are the grand deserts located in Afghanistan as well as Pakistan and India. There are jungles, mountains, plateaus, agricultural areas, rivers, and much more. The Taj Mahal is located in India and is one of the most recognized landmarks in all of South Asia, but there are many others. Now continuing on to Central Asia.
The central region of Asia comprises of Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan. And this region is geographically made up of mountains and dry deserts. So because of this, the weather here is either very hot or very cold. And a famous landmark here is the Burana Tower in Kyrgyzstan. Now onto West Asia.
Continuing with the geography of West Asia. Turkey is a Mediterranean climate zone and a famous landmark is the Hagia Sophia. The UAE is in a desert climate zone and the Burj Khalifa is a famous landmark. Iran has a mostly arid climate zone and the Azadi Tower is a famous landmark. Yemen has a desert climate and a famous landmark is the Al-Mudar Mosque. Saudi Arabia has a desert climate zone and a famous landmark is the Kaaba. The climate of Iraq is mostly a desert and Babylon City is a famous landmark to visit. And that is all the geography of Asia.
Now, here are some important leaders of the Asian community.
The Asian community is full of important leaders. We wanted to highlight a few of them and learn why they were proud to be Asian.
The reason why I am proud to be an Asian is because I love how diverse we are as a community and as a whole. There's so many people among us and there's so many countries in Asia that you just won't have time to visit them all. I really recommend going to so many countries in Asia, getting to know their background, their origin, and getting to know them and their foods a little better. I really recommend the foods. They're so tasty. And you never know, you might learn something new each day about a country that you never even knew about.
Hi, I'm Laiba and I'm proud to be Asian because Asia is so diverse. There are so many different types of music, cultures, traditions, festivals, food that hold a lot of meaning to me and I think they should be celebrated.
I am proud to be Asian because of my culture, the fun festivals and holidays, the beautiful clothing, and of course the delicious food.
I am proud to be Asian. Number one being, having a formal culture. not only something that we can hold on to for traditions to pass on from generation to generation, but also we are a race of people that have been able to endure everything and anything, and been able to overcome every single challenge. That's why I am proud to be Asian. And I'm proud that we have something so beautiful, and everyone that's Asian is amazing within personality and characteristics. And I admire not only my heritage of being an Asian American, being able to be a Vietnamese to hold in the traditional values, but also being able to contain our abilities to being able to express our emotions. That's why I'm proud to be Asian.
We also asked some people on the internet about their thoughts. I'm proud to be Asian because our cultures are so diverse, our food is amazing, and our festivals/traditions are so fun. The culture. Every culture is unique, and I'm quite fond of my own. It's something I can embrace and be able to share with others who want to learn about it. I'm proud to be Asian. There's a lot that plays into that. I'm so very fond of my culture and everything about it. I'm so proud of my parents and everything they've accomplished. In general, I'm just really, really proud. I'm not ashamed of being Asian. I do not think of myself as lesser because I'm Asian. I wouldn't try to hide my identity from anyone. It makes me who I am. I'm proud to be Asian because it's what makes me somewhat unique and special. I used to be embarrassed of my culture simply because of society, and now I can proudly say I'm Asian without caring about what others think. We as a community are proud to be Asian. Since COVID-19 became news in the US, hate speech and violence against the Asian community has run rampant. In February 2021, attacks, especially on the elderly, have spiked. Unfortunately, many of these incidents aren't being reported and are invisible to major media outlets. For more resources, visit stopasianhate.info.
We also would like to suggest these websites: AsianPacificHeritage.gov and SmithsonianAPA.org.
自好为要做人
Mandarin.
나는 아시아인에게 자랑스럽습니다. Korean.
आसिया पेड़ बदल ना पेरमी पड़तले language तमिल
मैं तो एशियन होने मान है पंजाबी
मैनू अपने एशियन होने ते मान है पंजाबी
nga pepa impe boaye
Tibetan
Sing Wai A Zhao Yan Yi Ji Hao, Cantonese.
我好自豪係一個亞洲人 Cantonese.
Tự hào là người châu Á Vietnamese.
I am proud to be Asian English.
#StopAsianHate.